What's going on, guys? It's your boy Panda here, and welcome back to the channel. And we have Modern Warfare 3, and we have XDefiant, and I've gotten my hands on both of the most recent builds of each. And now I wanted to go in depth and kind of talk about who succeeds in what categories, just so we can talk about it. Now, remember, this is a discussion-based video, so if you have a different opinion, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you enjoy Call of Duty, you enjoy Call of Duty. If you enjoy XDefiant, you enjoy XDefiant. Play what you enjoy and have fun doing it. But the point of this video is just to bring up some discussion and have some fun in the comment section below. So hopefully, no hate towards either game, and let's hop right into it. So we're going to break the video down in a couple categories, starting out with weapons, replayability, movement, create a class, uniqueness, maps, and overall game feeling. This first one might surprise you, but it's going to be a draw for me after playing Modern Warfare 3 and XDefiant, and we're going to start with movement. XDefiant's movement was extremely fast-paced. It's what, at the time, the reason it was so popular was because of how fluid and crazy you could chain these movements together and make them feel super cracked and just super fast, slidey, jumpy, just insane gameplay. And at the time, we were in a really stale part of Call of Duty's life cycle with a very slow tactical game. Now, getting on my hands and knees, begging gods of COD to give me some fast-paced, movement-based game, we got Modern Warfare 3, and officially getting my hands on it and putting at least 6 to 7 hours into it already, I have to say the movement of this game feels almost eerily similar to XDefiant, and you can chain these slide cancels together, these jumps. The only thing I would give XDefiant the edge on is the ability to kind of cancel your jump in midair and, strafe left or right or backwards. I do think and I like that ability of XDefiant more, but I'm going to give it to both of them that both these movement systems are super good. Moving along, we're going to go to hit detection and hit reg overall, and I got to give props to Call of Duty on this one. Call of Duty really hit the nail on the head when it came to hit detection, especially in the beta build of Modern Warfare 3 so far. The overall feeling of this Call of Duty's entire hit detection is the best I've ever had in Call of Duty, and I'm someone who's played every beta, who's played every Call of Duty, who just sells out his life to Call of Duty in a sense when it comes to playing their games, and the hit detection in Modern Warfare 3 seems to be flawless. It doesn't have any drop-off, there's no dying behind corners, there's no issues whatsoever. Now, they have a billion-dollar business of servers and everything they need to have compared to XDefiant, where XDefiant did fall behind with server tick rates and retention of servers having issues with hit detection and all that kind of stuff. And when you remember the beta build, and if you played the beta build, you know that hit detection was really bad. It was dying around corners. It was dying way after you had seen a guy. It was dying way before you'd seen a guy. And leading up to the playtest build, things were better, but they weren't great. They were still these same kind of hit detection issues where you were dying around walls, but they did fix it. But I gotta knock this one over to Call of Duty. Let's go to create a class, because we could go either direction with this, and I could give a nod to both of them for what they've done, right? But I'm going to give XDefiant the edge just for now on this one because of simplicity. When it comes to XDefiant and Modern Warfare 3, we don't have all the guns in the arsenal. We don't have all the attachments in the arsenal. But XDefiant is simplified. It is easier to learn. It is more refreshing to use, where Call of Duty still has that gunsmith that if you're into the in-depth tuning and taking care of your guns, it's cool, it's fun, but there's a lot of attachments and a lot of meaningless attachments. When you look at XDefiant, and especially the most recent playtest, you kind of had 4 to 5 of each attachment, maybe 6 of each attachment that were very simplified and very easy to use. The guns were very simple and nostalgic, which I gotta give Call of Duty a nod for that as well. They're really good at bringing back guns with different names and kind of remaking them and making them look good. So guns overall, I have to say, is a tie. Create a class for simplicity, I have to go with XDefiant. For uniqueness for create a class, I'm going to say Call of Duty on that one because they're more in-depth, more crazy, more to-do, I guess, in a sense. But if you had to ask me what would you pick, I'm picking XDefiant's create a class because it's simple. Now, that's not to mention XDefiant doesn't technically have perks in the game. When it comes to Call of Duty's perk system this year, the vest and the gear, like gloves, boots, gear, and vest, I think it's cool. I think it's really awesome. I love the way they did it, and I love the way they kind of built the class out. So if we had to discuss that, I'm giving it to Call of Duty because they have perks, where XDefiant doesn't have perks, so it's really not the same. Now, going along with that, we can kind of hop into replayability, and I'm going to give that to Call of Duty because across the board, Call of Duty has so much more to do as of now when it comes to the game overall. You have a camo grind not only in multiplayer now, but in zombies. You have replayability inside of multiplayer as well as zombies to earn new things. You then have a third mode following up of Warzone. So comparing that, it's a little unfair because XDefiant doesn't have other modes to back it up, but that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles here, is that XDefiant is itself. It's its own solo single game that has its unique game modes that I'm going to give XDefiant a big nod here for the hotshot mode. I do personally think that's one of the best multiplayer modes I've ever played in any game ever. I think it's very cool, very smart the way they did it. It reminds me of Cranked, but better when it comes to actually how it was executed. I do love hotshot. XDefiant's going to get bro points with me for that one, but I'm going to give it to COD when it comes to like replayability. They kind of have way more to do, which is understandable. This is where it gets interesting because uniqueness, I'm going to really chalk that up over to XDefiant. XDefiant as a shooter overall is extremely unique. It takes aspects of other games and puts it into a first-person shooter that makes it really entertaining and really fun. When you think of ability-based games, you don't think of first-person shooters other than maybe Valorant, but when it comes to like abilities and bringing in universes from the Tom Clancy era and everything that has to do with Ubisoft it's amazing. There's so many possibilities of game collaborations inside of that. I think they're unique in that way of they have the better of the multiplayer experience. If you're like looking for something to tie together, Ubisoft has got all their characters and all that in there. Call of Duty, you could give them a little nod at this because they've been having a lot of really cool collaborations recently. Now, on the other hand, you have to pay for those collaborations, so it's kind of not the same. Where XDefiant has all this free stuff that's able to be played right off the rip. So I'm going to give uniqueness to XDefiant just because of the way their modes are made, their abilities are made, their factions are made. I just think XDefiant has the upper edge there. Goodness gracious, this is the hardest one for me, and it's maps. Now, I don't want to let the nostalgia factor kick in inside of Modern Warfare 3, but I have to admit, based off what I've played in Modern Warfare 3, I love the maps, and I think they're probably the best we've had in a long time, even if they are reskins of former maps or remakes of former maps. But XDefiant had very, very unique, cool maps that one way I could say it is XDefiant that has the better maps because they're so unique and so in-depth and creative. The other thing I could say is Call of Duty knows what they're doing when it comes to maps. They have very good redesigned maps. These remakes, whether you want to say it's scrapped content or re-scrapped content in a sense, it's up to you. For me, it's not. I think it's very smart to pull a nostalgia card. I think that it's nice, it's cool. I think the maps overall flow extremely well based off what we've had so far. But XDefiant has those cool, just narrative maps that they hit the heart, and so does Call of Duty. So I guess I'm gonna be unfair here, and I'm gonna draw it up to a draw. And let's end it on overall gameplay, overall game, and just total and everything about the games tied into one package. Drum roll, please. We're going to chalk it up to either one. Whatever you want to play. Play what you want to play. Modern Warfare 3 has been so much fun. XDefiant has been so much fun. Play whatever you guys want to play. Neither game is better than one another. In my opinion, even if it was swayed towards one another, doesn't matter to you guys. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Turn on those post notification bells so you guys never miss an upload. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'd love a great discussion down in the comment section below. If you guys have played Modern Warfare 3, let me know down below. If you're excited for XDefiant, let me know down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces, boys!